Comfort, the sweetest poison ever poured into the human spirit. It is warm, familiar, and safe. It whispers lullabies to your ambition and convinces your heart that tomorrow can wait. It tells you that you've done enough, that you've earned your rest, that greatness is for someone else. Comfort disguises itself as peace, but it is not peace, it is paralysis. And nothing kills dreams faster than the slow suffocation of a life unlived. Every man and woman who ever etched their name into history understood this truth. The moment you settle into comfort, you abandon progress. Look at the world's titans. Thomas Edison did not stop after a single failed filament. He endured thousands. Do you think comfort was his friend? Comfort would have told him, "Be content with the gas lamp. The world doesn't need your light." But Edison chose the discomfort of failure, ridicule, and sleepless nights, and gave us electricity. Henry Ford could have stayed comfortable working for others. Yet, he risked everything to build a machine that the world mocked as impossible. Andrew Carnegie began in poverty, working in a factory for pennies. He could have accepted his station, but he chose discomfort, risk, and relentless self-education, rising to become one of the greatest builders of industry the world has ever seen. Comfort tells you to stay where you are. Progress demands that you step into the fire. Comfort whispers, "This is enough." Progress commands, "There is more in you still." Comfort lulls you into mediocrity, while progress drags you, sometimes bleeding, sometimes broken, into the arena where greatness is forged. Understand this, your potential lives in a land comfort cannot reach. Your purpose, your destiny, your legacy, they exist on the other side of resistance, and resistance is never comfortable. Every step toward progress will demand a price. Sweat, fear, sacrifice, rejection, doubt. And yet, it is in that furnace that character is born. The seed does not sprout in the warmth of comfort. It breaks through the soil only by force, struggling toward the light. The eagle does not soar by clinging to the nest. Its wings strengthen only against the brutal wind. Even the diamond begins as mere carbon, transformed under immense pressure and unbearable heat. Nature itself screams the lesson. Growth requires struggle. Comfort is death disguised as safety. Look at your own life. Every breakthrough you've ever had, every milestone, every victory, came not from the moments you were comfortable, but from the moments you were tested. When you pushed past exhaustion. When you risked rejection. When you refused to accept good enough. The comfort zones of yesterday are the prisons of today. But here's the insidious trick. Comfort feels righteous. Feels deserved. You work a little, you achieve a little, and comfort slides in and says, "Rest now, you've done well." Yet while you rest, time marches forward. While you rest, someone else is practicing, building, creating, preparing. While you rest, opportunity is moving past you. Progress is not loyal to the comfortable. It is loyal to the relentless. It is loyal to the man who stays up after the world sleeps. It is loyal to the woman who dares to risk her pride in pursuit of her vision. Progress bows only to those who refuse to bow to comfort. Think of Abraham Lincoln, born in a one-room log cabin, self-taught by firelight, battling failure after failure in business, in politics, in life. He could have surrendered to the comfort of anonymity, could have chosen the simple life. But he pressed on through discomfort after discomfort, until his name became synonymous with courage and freedom. And what of Walt Disney? Rejected by banks over 300 times, bankrupt, humiliated, living with nothing but sketches and vision. Comfort would have told him to abandon his fantasy of a magical world. But Disney chose struggle, chose discomfort, chose faith, and in doing so, created joy for millions. These men and women understood that progress is not given, it is earned. Earned through sweat, earned through sacrifice, earned through the courage to step outside the prison of comfort. So I ask you now, what is comfort costing you? What dream have you delayed because comfort whispered, "Not today"? What vision lies dormant in you because you chose safety over struggle? Comfort is the thief of time, the assassin of greatness, the silent enemy of progress. And the day you declare war on it is the day you awaken the sleeping giant within. Comfort convinces you that belief is unnecessary. But belief is the very foundation upon which all progress stands. Without belief, you will never take the first step into discomfort. Without belief, you will remain chained to mediocrity, numbed by excuses, waiting for certainty that will never arrive. Napoleon Hill wrote that whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Notice the progression. Conceive, believe, achieve. Not conceive, stay comfortable and wait. Not believe only when the road is smooth. No, belief means acting in spite of doubt, in spite of fear, in spite of uncertainty. Belief is a sword you carry into the battlefield of discomfort. Consider the Wright brothers. They were not engineers by schooling, nor wealthy men with powerful connections. They were bicycle mechanics, ridiculed by so-called experts who insisted that human flight was impossible. If comfort had ruled their minds, they would have stayed in their shop, repairing chains and wheels, safe and forgotten. But they believed in their vision so fiercely that they endured mockery, crashes, failures, and danger. And because they chose belief over comfort, humanity touched the sky. Belief is uncomfortable. It demands that you hold faith when the evidence seems absent. It demands that you speak of your vision when others laugh. It demands that you risk your reputation, your security, even your pride. But belief unlocks doors that comfort will keep forever closed. And with belief comes clarity. For clarity is the compass of progress. Without clarity, you wander. Without clarity, you drift from distraction to distraction, seduced by every comfortable detour. Clarity pierces through the fog of comfort and forces you to ask, what am I truly here for? What do I want my life to stand for? What legacy do I dare leave behind? When Andrew Carnegie defined his vision to build a steel empire, clarity burned so bright in him that no obstacle could extinguish it. When young Steve Jobs envisioned a computer that would sit on every desk, clarity kept him moving through rejection, through failure, through the storm of setbacks. Comfort clouds your vision. Progress demands clarity sharper than a blade. And with clarity comes purpose. Purpose is the fuel that allows you to endure discomfort without breaking. Purpose is what whispers in your ear when you feel like quitting. Keep going. This pain is not in vain. Every person who has ever shaped history had a purpose greater than themselves. Lincoln's purpose was not his comfort, but the preservation of a nation. Martin Luther King Jr.'s purpose was not his safety, but the liberation of millions. Edison's purpose was not his convenience, but the illumination of the world. Comfort cannot coexist with purpose, because purpose will push you where comfort refuses to go. And once you awaken to your purpose, discipline must take command. Discipline is the bridge between your belief and your achievement. Discipline is the habit of choosing discomfort over comfort, again and again, until progress becomes inevitable. Think of it. How many dreams have died not because the dreamer lacked talent, but because the dreamer lacked discipline? How many visions remained fantasies because the individual could not master the art of showing up daily, in the grind, in the discomfort, in the repetition that builds mastery? Discipline is uncomfortable by design. It is the 5 a.m. alarm when the bed feels like heaven. It is the skipped indulgence when your body craves sugar and laziness. It is the decision to work when the world is partying, to focus when the crowd is distracted. But discipline is also freedom, the freedom of progress, the freedom of self-mastery, the freedom of becoming more than you were yesterday. Look to the stories of greatness, and you will see discipline etched into every line. Muhammad Ali trained until his body ached, saying he hated every minute of training but loved the thought of victory. That is discipline. Suffering today for glory tomorrow. Comfort offers instant pleasure, fleeting and hollow. Discipline offers long-term power, permanent and unshakable. Comfort weakens, discipline strengthens. Comfort makes you fragile, discipline makes you unbreakable. Understand this. Progress is not a one-time event. It is a daily choice. Every morning you awaken, you stand at a crossroads. Comfort on one side, progress on the other. And discipline is the force that makes you step toward progress. No matter how heavy your legs, no matter how tired your spirit. This is why comfort is the enemy of progress. Because comfort is seductive, and discipline is demanding. And only those who learn to embrace discipline, to seek it, to love it, will rise above mediocrity and claim the rewards that comfort will never give. Now ask yourself, do you live as a servant of comfort or as a disciple of discipline?